What's up, y'all? This is what's coming up next on the Green Acres YouTube channel. Good morning, y'all. We're back. So today, we're switching gears a little bit, and we're doing stuff that we really don't want to do. When you don't know what you're doing, really don't know what you're doing, makes it tough. So we're back here playing with this stuff. This is more than likely not going to be productive or exciting work. But it's a necessity. And the bottom line is, we're doing this because, one, we want a place to store stuff that's sitting on concrete, and number two, we're trying to just learn to do it without making huge mistakes. So you guys saw us dig this thing wrong. We filled it all back in. Then I went and got some stakes. We were staking this thing off, looking for square, and we were struggling with that as well. So I moved on to something else and gave myself a couple days to think about this. Better ways to do things. Proper ways to do things. And one thing I came up with, and I'm sure that I'm still not doing it correctly as far as time and materials used, but this is kind of how I ended up. In my mind, I'm like, well, hey, if it's got to be square, then just use a square. Instead of, I just went down, put a stake in the ground, put one wall up, stuck a square, and at least got it running to where I was at least headed in a reasonably correct direction. My plan is to put a rock base down. You can see that Zach has been kind of dragging some stuff around. This is the front. We're gonna trench out a little footer in the front. It really doesn't need much. I'm gonna trench out a little footer in the front. I'm going to, eventually, I'm gonna put a rock base down, then a moisture barrier, and then we'll be ready for concrete. Probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches thick, something like that. 4 inches probably plenty. But either way, this is what we're going to work on today. And I didn't film some stuff this morning because honestly, it's painfully slow because I'm just trying to run everything through my head 2 or 3 times before I do it, because the other way we did this was absolutely not right. As you can see, we have some correct stakes for this job. I'm sure that once this is reasonably set up, we can angle some 2x4s and stick them in to support the form so the concrete doesn't blow it out. But trying to get anything of this done with wood stakes was it was mind-numbing. So grabbed a couple different pieces of equipment and we're off. So enjoy.
Per side of the joints.
That's good, Zach.
Yeah.
Guys, I hear the wind coming through the trees, and this is not looking real promising, so we're gonna go ahead and throw some stuff in the truck, run over to our storage building and put some of this stuff in there. I have a funny feeling that, I mean, today we had a rain chance today, but I have a funny feeling that we're getting ready to get kind of nailed with some of that stuff. So let me kind of explain what we got going on here. Zach used the 3-4-5 method to find that square. Then we took you see maybe that nail sticking up right in the center. We went from that point off of that section we knew was square, and we ended up putting this in line with that. Center of the board doesn't matter. We'll deal with that later. Now what we're gonna do is we got this close. I'm gonna take the square, I'm gonna square this with the square. That should get us close, at least for our 3-4-5 method here. So that'll be next. Then we have that one spot we got a square, and it's really slow going. And I know that, like, we usually have so much footage that it's hard to get a 30 or 40 minute video. I've had a few of them lately. I did one last night. It's another one that's over an hour, which is crazy to me, but I've always wanted to check and see what our option would be as far as viewership with a 10 minute, 15 minute, 20 minute video. So I have a feeling that these are gonna be some of those, because we're moving super slow here, and I'm not sure anybody wants to see too much of this, because honestly, I don't even want to do it. I don't even know how anybody could watch this crap. But I listen, I hope you do. I hope somebody, please, if I'm doing something that is costing me a ton of time, tell me. Just comment and say, hey, listen, this is the way that I would do that. And listen, I'll listen to y'all, because I'm not an expert at this. But I feel like we're definitely making progress. We're learning as we go. And you guys, anybody that's ever done anything knows that burns up days worth of time. So it's tough. But anyway, the second try on the ground worked out okay. I don't know if this is probably more like the third time trying to figure out how to square something. But I will tell you this, we thought, oh, we'll just get some stakes in the ground and we'll square it off the stakes, whatever. It works and you can do it. The first time we actually did it, it went pretty well. The second time, nothing. It was a complete failure. So running a string line or boards up, for me, has been way easier to try to, it helps you visualize what square actually is. And listen, guys, this is not for nothing. This doesn't have to be square. This doesn't have to be jack nothing. But if we're going to learn how to do it, we need to learn on a smaller project. So maybe if we decide to tackle a large project, we'll be much better versed in what we're doing. So we could just throw some form boards up, get it square within a couple inches, and this would live like that. It'd be fine. But we're actually trying to do it correctly. So, I'm sure that there's a better way to scab boards together than the way we're doing it. And I'm sure that when we go to check grade on this, we're probably going to get bit by that a little bit. But
maybe.
You know what? Hey, help us out. Say, listen, they make some kind of a 90-degree angled steel thing that you can put on them, and it runs around the outside so you can pour your concrete and still get them back or something. I don't know. Like I said before, a lot of times I do not go on YouTube or the internet and try to figure out what I'm doing. I will admit, I did go on the internet and figure out how to do this 3, 4, 5 squaring method because I just wasn't sure what the best case would be. So, but that helped greatly. We started doing that and boom, we're good. So, you know, it helped us greatly. So, guys, I know this video is gonna be super short, and honestly, you guys might like that better than a friggin' 40-minute or an hour-long video. But I think we might be getting ready to get rained on. And honestly, I don't want to get stuck out in the rain. I can come back here and mess with this stuff tomorrow anyway. So we're doing the best we can, guys. Anybody that can give us some input, some help, whatever, it's appreciated. I don't mind it. I don't know a lot of things. A lot of you guys know a lot more than I do about certain things. There's certain things that I know a lot more than all of y'all, like the ladies. I know way more about the ladies than y'all do. But there ain't no ladies up here, so I'm really need help. All right, y'all, listen. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you coming back today and watching this video. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow for more substandard YouTube content right here. Look at, doesn't get any more substandard than this right here, right?
I don't know what I'm doing.
No, none of us do. But listen, y'all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.